Okay, now can you hear me? Alright. I signed up early. Alright, I'll switch as soon as I get back in the room. Hi. What are you doing? Good grief. A lot of rules. Receive the power. Somebody has infinite wisdom and absolute power. Oh boy. So the rules should be 5K, 0 piece time, cap off, expensive art, Spain, and Swiss. Is what I found on the rules. I hope that's what your settings were. Oh boy. Howdy mates, this is Rui with his Blue Yeti microphone bringing you the KGR tournament, the first round between, we got Fulkrum and Knenv and Lexus and Metafrost in the first game. First game is 5K, 0 peacetime, cap off with expensive art, playing with Spain and Swiss on each team. Looks like the teams are one team's on the left and one team's on the right, so we'll be going left to right and right to left. We also have the switch up of the teams that Spain of one team will be going directly across from Swiss for the other. And the Swiss will be going against Spain of the other team. Looks like Metafrost went with the 2 townhouses, mill, storage, blacksmith, 2 barracks, and is working on his market. Fulkrum went with the 2 townhouses, the market, blacksmith, and is building his first 2 barracks, going with the academy. We also have Lexus in orange that went with the 2 barracks, 2 townhouses, market, working on the academy. Yeah, I wanted to point out that down there in the red in the bottom right hand corner, Metafrost went with 3 townhouses and 2 barracks. Is now building his 2 gold mines, as he already had 1 iron mine built. Normally I would think Swiss is a pretty strong nation, so we'll have to see how they do with the Spain. Spain has some good pikes from what I hear. Looks like everybody's just about done building their academies. Yeah, so I have it on good information that the Swiss pikes can, early in the game, can hold their own against the Spanish pikes, but later on the Spanish pikes become a little stronger. We'll see if the 3 townhouses help the eco of Red and Metafrost. They do have, looks like they do have the Diplomatic Center available in this game, but I haven't seen anybody building it as of yet. Union Knenv is checking out his enemy, Metafrost, across the map. Looks like Lexus is also marching forward toward Fulkrum's base. Went with some pikes, archers, and light infantry. And there we go. Lexus destroyed one of Fulkrum's mines. Fulkrum's also advancing on the left side of Lexus's base on the top of the map, and Lexus is taking the left side of Fulkrum's base. So let's see if they have any troops to defend. It looks like Lexus saw Fulkrum's men appearing, and it looks like Fulkrum saw Lexus coming. So see, Lexus finished his diplomatic center. Metafrost is completing his diplomatic center now. Knenv doesn't have a diplomatic center yet. And Fulkrum has his diplomatic, so we only have 1 person that doesn't have the diplomatic center as of yet, and that's Knenv, so we'll see how that goes. Fulkrum's attacking Lexus's base and also chasing his men that were attacking his base, so Fulkrum brought his archers and destroyed 2 of Lexus's gold mines. Lexus pulled a lot of Fulkrum's troops away from his base, but doesn't seem to be taking advantage of it. like Metafrost is about 4-4 on the pikes. And Union Knenv is 5-4 on the pikes. He also finished his diplomatic center. Union Knenv in the bottom left is heading up to put some pressure on Lexus, and Metafrost is in hot pursuit there. With Metafrost and Lexus both seeing Union Knenv, he shouldn't be a problem to repel. Fulkrum's definitely in the attacking mode. Union Knenv sends some snitches over to Metafrost. Metafrost is building his second stable, producing some dragoons. At this time, nobody else has any stables except Metafrost, so it looks like those 3 townhouses or 3 town centers are paying off as far as helping with the economy and his troops. Those dragoons can give his Swiss pikemen an advantage over the Spanish pikes. Here comes Metafrost in full attack. Metafrost finished all his Academy mill upgrades, and let's see what else could find out. Using Knenv, finished 3 out of the 4. Fulkrum finished 3. Fulkrum's in full attack against Lexus, and Metafrost is in full attack against Union Knenv. See if who can hold and who can advance. Of course, this is still game 1 out of the best of 3. Metafrost is doing a pretty good job of attacking blue as the archer's destroying all the mines. Looks like Lexus is doing pretty pretty good at defending his base so far. Looks like Union Knev's almost all his mines are done, except maybe one coal mine and one iron mine. Looks like Fulkrum's doing some advancing over in Lexus's base. So we'll see who can help each other. So right now, one person on each team is almost out. See if anybody got to save their peasants. Oh, Union Kniev still has 2 gold mines found in the bottom left-hand corner. I didn't see. Lexus did happen to save some of his peasants and is making his way south down to Metafrost's base. Comes Fulkrum down here, trying to catch Lexus's peasants and attack Metafrost. So we'll see what Metafrost is going to do. Right now he's keeping Blue's base down, but he is retreating back to his base with his troops to ward off Fulkrum's attack from the north. Somehow Metafrost was able to capture peasants and build a diplomatic center from Spain and a town hall from Spain. I didn't know that was allowed. Union Kniev is now done. He was eliminated. Lexus still has some peasants, and he's starting to rebuild in Metafrost's base. Yeah, Metafrost is a god, I guess, because he's pretty much destroying Fulkrum. There was some talk about a delay in the stream, so I'm not sure. Not sure what they're going to do about this game. Looks like everybody quit, but there wasn't a clear winner. Looks like Fulkrum roped to someone. So we'll have to get a ruling about whether we replay this game or whether they can give the victory to one of the teams. So, okay, said Metafrost won. All right, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Welcome back between the second match between Metafrost and Lexus and Fulkrum and Knenv. Metafrost and Lexus won the first one. And now we're moving on to the second match, which is 1K, 15 peacetime, no market, cap on, Diplo on. They're both playing Ukraine and Hungary on a tiny map with poor resources. So that sets the stage, and we'll see how it goes. Looks like Fulkrum and Knenv are both on the left, and Lexus and Metafrost are both on the right. And again, we got opposite nations facing each other. So we got Ukraine facing Hungary for one team and Hungary facing Ukraine on the other. Knenv started out with one townhouse and 2 storage and is collecting wood and stone for Hungary. And his teammate with Ukraine is collecting wood. As we know, that's one townhouse and 1 storage and 1 mill. Lexus in orange with Hungary went with the 1 townhouse, 1 storage, and is collecting wood and stone. Metafrost has his blacksmith for Ukraine. Fulkrum went with the Ukraine, but he went with the 2 townhouses. Now has collecting food, stone, and wood. Metafrost is still collecting food, stone, and wood, but it's also building 2 gold mines. Lexus with Hungary is building his blacksmith. Union Knenv went with the 2 townhouse start. He's building his first gold mine. I thought this was supposed to be 15-minute peacetime, but the game time only says 3:42. God dang it. That's why you always choose color fit. Frickin' people. Who didn't check the settings? Good job, color fit. Get that in. Get that little stab in there. You're an admin. Oh my god. I'll make the goddamn decision. Alright. Restart. Yeah, Bogan needs to leave. Ouch. Meta's never gonna live down not doing his mill upgrade. Obviously, it's not needed because he did a great job without it. Okay, welcome back. This is Rui with his Blue Yeti microphone, bringing you game 2 and the match between Metafrost and Lexus and Fulkrum and Knenv. Metafrost and Lexus won the first game, and we're on to the second game, which is 1K, 15 peacetime, no market, diplomatic center on, cap on, and there's one player from each team, and they're playing Ukraine and Hungary. And of course, Ukraine and Hungary are directly across from each other. So Knev's across from, oh, they're going up and down? Yep. So let's see, Hungary. Oh, actually, Lexus and Knenv are up and down from each other, and they're both Hungary, which means Metafrost and Fulkrum are both Ukraine, and they're up and down from each other. Ukraine's going for, both Ukrainians are going for wood. And it looks like both Hungry nations are possibly saving wood and stone for the second townhouse. Yep, Union Knenv is building his second townhouse. And so is Lexus building his second townhouse. Metafrost has 2 townhouses and is moving on to build his first Ukrainian Cossacks house along with 2 gold mines. Fulcrum's building his first barracks. He's also, Fulcrum's also doing wood, stone, and food. Metafrost is building his third and final mine as the mines are poor, so there are only 3. This is interesting. Fulkrum went with the 2 townhouses, 1 barracks, and the academy. Looks like Metafrost is saving for the academy, and he's building it now. Lexus has his 2 town centers along with 1 barracks as hungry, and he's producing some pikes. And Knenv is doing the same. He has the 2 townhouses, 1 barracks, going for the academy, and he's also producing pikes. Metafrost and Lexus did a pretty good job of exploring their side of the map. About 8 minutes left in peacetime. Metafrost did his academy mill upgrade. Knev's doing his first mill upgrade from the academy. Lexus has his 2 barracks and is building his first academy, which is a little different than Knev's strategy, which he went for the academy with only 1 barracks and 2 townhouses, and Lexus has gone with the 2 townhouses, 2 barracks, and then is building the academy. Fulkrum also went with stable, and Metafrost went with the 2 barracks. Fulkrum is building his fence to defend his territory. Lexus is also building a fence on the side to prevent any side attacks. Metafrost now has 3 barracks producing Surdupes and 1 stable. So does Fulkrum. Fulkrum finished his diplomatic center. Knenv has finished his diplomatic center, so he has 2 barracks, academy, and a diplomatic center. Lexus went with artillery depot, so he has 2 barracks, 2 townhouses, and an academy with an art depot. From is enclosing himself in a wall. He now has a wall on both sides of his base. A little under 4 minutes remain in peacetime. Looks like Fulkrum built his base so he can exit right onto a hill, which could be an advantage if Metafrost attacks. Lexus is now building his diplomatic center with about 3 minutes left in peacetime, but he is producing art already, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Knenv also did the same thing, as he has a large hill in front of his base, so I wonder if he's going to use the strategy to gain an advantage by standing his formations on the hill. And Metafrost and Lexus don't have the hill at their exit, actually, of their bases. So we'll see what happens. And Fulkrum's building his, finished his artillery depot. I don't know, this could be a sign of things to come, but Fulkrum's sending some of his cinches and grenadiers over to Knenv. Wonder if they're going to help attack Hungary. Although Lexus is going with pikes and grenadiers. I think I saw that strategy before. Most people end up going with the Musk when they have Hungary. "15 minutes is game time." And red is Union Knenv is quick to attack. The cinches are quick to split up, and one went left, one went right. Wow, that's going to put a hurting on Lexus' economy. That was a good move. Metafrost is right in the middle of Fulkrum's base with his cinch sacks, and it's putting a hurting on his economy too. Fulkrum was waiting on a hill directly south of the base, but Metafrost came in from the side. Looks like Metafrost is on his way over to help out his teammate Lexus. Capture's on, so it looks like a lot of Lexus's buildings happen to get captured. Metafrost is working on the side to attack Knenv, but Knenv has enough players at the base, I think, to ward him off. The Sir Dukes and Metafrost are on the hill shooting purple cinch sacks. Wow, that was I gotta say, that was a good strategy. Almost 3 minutes to pretty much eliminate it, one player's base. Union Knenv has the 2 barracks, the stable, and now it's going for the 3rd barracks. Lexus did make it over to Metafrost's base. And Metafrost did clear out the enemy from Lexus's base, but pretty much all the buildings have been destroyed, so we'll see if he could rebuild. Fulkrum's bringing his army to the south of Metafrost. He has a cannon, so we'll see if he starts aiming for his troops or for the mines. It's like both Knenv and Fulkrum are waiting to attack Metafrost. Lexus is slowly rebuilding his base. How do you know that? Oh yeah. How did he get hungry? He must have captured Lexus's. He captured it from Fulkrum or Knenv and captured it back, and then he went and built hungry, I guess. I thought that was Lexus building, but I guess it was not. So now Metafrost has multi-nations, which I didn't see any of the other players do. Well, the other players still just have their one nation that they're doing. I didn't see that. Oh yeah, there it is. He's starting to build his town centers for Hungary also. Yep, good catch. So Fulkrum made it into Metafrost's fence. He broke a hole with his cannons and his art. Wow, those cinches are going to do a number on all those Surdukes. I think that could be the key to victory there. Meta had a lot of cinches waiting to attack those Surdukes. Now Lexus is over on the right hand side, captured a hill with his pikes and grenadiers and a couple art, and it's going to be sitting on his hill taking pot shots at Knenv. He's going for his mines. Metafrost looks like he's going to be able to easily defend his base from Fulkrum. Lexus is making a slow comeback, but he is coming back, and he's putting some pressure on Knenv that he needs to stay at his base and protect it. Knenv put some cinches in the hole in the fence to prevent some any more of Lexus's men from coming through. Metafrost is on the attack with purple Fulkrum's army dwindling. The only thing about sitting on the hill is with Lexus, all his men are so close together with the art. The art's killing most of his men in 1 or 2 shots. He can hold off for a while until Metafrost gets done attacking Fulkrum. He might be okay. Knenv decides to charge the hill with Lexus's dwindling troops and is easily able to take the hill. But Lexus brought a lot of time by going down and capturing the hill while he's rebuilding his base. Lexus now has the 2 townhouses, 2 barracks, diplomatic center, and is rebuilding. He still has a stable, and he's rebuilding his academy. Metafrost is also helping out his teammate by attacking Knenv down in the lower left-hand side of his base. He actually captured a coal and an iron mine. Metafrost is working on punching some holes through Fulkrum's fence. And Union Knenv is making his way into Lexus's base. I think Lexus is going to need some help based on how many troops he has there. It's not many. Metafrost is hurrying back as fast as he can. See if Metafrost can help out Lexus. Lexus taking all his peasants out of the mines to prevent them from getting captured. I don't know, it looks like the game, complained about last game lagging, but I didn't see that. Yeah, I don't see the text messages either. Looks like Metafrost is gonna be able to take over Fulkrum's base, but Knenv is coming. Lexus doesn't have very much army. So we'll see if Metafrost can take some of his army and hold off Knenv from attacking his base. Again, this is the second match. Best 2 out of 3 in the KGR tournament. I think this game by far has been pretty good. It's been 28 minutes with 15 minutes of peacetime. Lexus is attacking the back of Fulkrum's base, while Metafrost retreats and tries to hold off Knenv. Boy, that capture thing, I wonder why I don't play capture. That's brutal. Go sitting pretty and one raid on your base and basically everything's done. And Metafrost with his Sir Dukes and Ajax are able to defend, and here comes Fulkrum attacking with all his troops. He has peasants, round shears, muss, artillery. This must be one final push to see if they can break through. And Metafrost is countering with his peasants also. Lexus is still rebuilding. Slow but sure. Oh yeah, he has 28 miners on coal, but he only has about 16 or 100 and something left of coal resources before all his must shooters run out, and then he just gets run over. Yeah, too bad Lexus only has about 100 in coal also. He only has 14 miners on coal, but he is making more. That's a shame. He would have definitely won if he didn't run out of coal. Yeah, I thought there was some lags even watching it. So it looks like everybody seems to be lagging. Yeah, I don't think it was you either. I think it's just the server. So, yeah, he seems to be okay. He barely made it. Yeah, it is a good game. He barely made it through. Barely. Lexus is just holding on too. It looks like he's producing stuff. All his it's popping out pikes or round shears. Oh, the one on the right. The one on the right. Yeah, he has round shears producing, and nobody's coming out. But he doesn't have any gold. I think it's because he doesn't have gold. He doesn't have enough gold, color fit, to produce the second diplomatic center for the round shears. That's why they're not coming out. Oh, everybody quit. I think he just lost track of his gold. It was a great match. It's a shame that it had to end that way because everybody played so hard. So at this point, we're still only finished one game, which was won by Lexus and Metafrost. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with this second game because Fulkrum left complaining about his DC was not producing units. I'm glad it's not my decision to figure out what's going to go on in this. Good grief, where's Goopard? Appleson says it's 2-0. Wow. Culliford has a tough decision as administrator to make a decision on this game to see how the ruling should be, whether Lexus and Metafrost should take a victory or this should be replayed due to a bug in the game. Yeah, I definitely think somebody, like a committee, should at least 2 or 3 people should review it to make sure that they get the judgment right, instead of having one person take it. Now we could see if it was captured. I don't think it was. I'm not sure though. So for those who are just joining in, this is the second game, and this is the first game was supposed to be slow and have a glitch, and now the second game was also slow and had a bigger glitch. So we'll see what's going to go on and how we're going to give one team a win, or whether we're going to restart over again. Right now, ColorFit's conferring with the KGR admins, which is their tournament, as what the best thing to do. Yeah, and then at one point, I would have gave the game to Knenv and Fulkrum, that they had that huge advantage, but Lexus and Metafrost came back to make it more equal. So might be time for some great tea. Maybe we should have a great tea break. Oh. All right, looks like the KGR crew admin says that the game 2 needs to be restarted and replayed. Man, he might have not needed it, but he did make it, and it's there. All right, so I guess 3 people or 4 people voted to restart the game, which is a shame. Oh boy. Here come the compelling arguments of why people should have won the game instead of restarting it. But you just never know how many cannons or men you have. Who's going to win? That's why you play. Looks like Lexus has shut everything down. Alright, make sure you color fit. You have to do the options, yeah. I think there are 1K, 15 point, no market, cap on, poor minerals, tiny map. It didn't, I don't know about obviously art was on. It says no market, yep, that's right. Okay. The options look good. Yeah, Union Knenv needs to change to Hungary and put a team in there. Oh, P-break. Wow, 15 years. Alright, let's stick to this tournament. Alright, we're all set to go. Finally. What an ordeal that was. Good God. Welcome back to the KGR tournament. This is game 2 between Metafrost and Lexus and Knenv and Fulkrum. This is Rui with his Blue Yeti microphone. Metafrost and Lexus won the first game, and we're on to the second replay of the second game due to some bugs. It was decided by the KGR admin team that the game needed to be replayed. So this game we're on now is 1K, 15 peacetime, no market, art is on, cap is on, and 2 versus 2, and one player's Ukraine and the other is Hungary. We're on a tiny map with poor resources. So here we go. Looks like we have Lexus and Metafrost are on the right, and Fulkrum and Knenv are on the left. Metafrost is Ukraine, and Knenv is Hungary. So we have a Hungary and Ukraine both across from each other. Ukraine is concentrating on wood, while Hungary is concentrating on both wood and stone to build the second town center. Fulkrum is building his town center. Metafrost is building his town center now, but he also has finished his blacksmith, so it took a little longer. The two hungry nations are still collecting wood and stone to build their second townhouse, but they'll start collecting some food. Metafrost, after completing the second townhouse, immediately went for the 2 gold mines. And Fulkrum decided to go with the Cossacks barracks. With no mines. Now he's building a mine. And he also has a food, stone and wood storage center built. Lexus is completing his first barracks. Knenv is building his blacksmith. And now moves on to his first barracks. About 5 minutes gone in peacetime. Knenv went with about 8 musts and the rest infantry on pikemen. It looks like I think Lexus just goes with the pikes and grenadiers from the diplomatic center, so we'll see if he tries that same strategy again. With he also went with the quick art depot, so Fulkrum also has his academy built, along with Metafrost. And there's poor mines, so there's only 3 gold, 3 iron, and 3 coal on each plot. Capture's on, so they are guarding their mines, and they should guard their buildings too. Knenv is going with the one barracks, one academy. Metafrost has all three of his gold mines and is working on 2 coal mines. Fulkrum has 2 Cossacks houses and a stable. Metafrost has 2 Cossacks and he's currently building his stable now. Knenv has built his academy. Lexus has 2 17th century barracks producing pikes, and he is almost about halfway done building his academy. Fulkrum's building his diplomatic center. And he finished his second 17th century barracks and is collecting resources to build his diplomatic center, so he's about 1,000 wood away from that. Fulkrum has built a wall around his entire base, and Knenv is approximately doing the same thing with one large opening around a hill, so that should give him an advantage protecting his base. It's kind of weird that Metafrost and Lexus for the second game in a row don't have a hill protecting their base, but Knenv has finished his Diplo Center, and Lexus is working on his. So far for upgrades, they're about the same. Everybody has the wood cutting efficiency and the improved grain treatments. Metafrost has about 60 Serdukes and 16 cinch Cossacks. Lexus has 150 pikemen and 4 musts. Fulkrum has 106 Serdukes and about 20 cinch Cossacks with about 100 round shears. And finally we have Knenv with 109 pikemen and about 7 hijacks with 70 round shears. Metafrost is completing his diplomatic center. Yeah, it looks like Lexus is going with the same strategy he did, producing pikes out of his 2 17th century barracks and producing grenadiers from the diplomatic center. He also has 1 food upgrade at the Academy. Again, I can see that Fulkrum is bringing his cinch stacks over to Knev's base. Metafrost has 2 stables and 2 Cossacks house. Have 30 seconds left before the second game begins again. About 15 seconds. We'll see who's first to attack. Lexus and Metafrost are eager to explore with their cinch stacks to see what's going on. They're both on Knev's side and attacking with the cinch stacks. Lexus looks like most of his guys got stuck down in the gully. Fulkrum made his way over to Metafrost's base, along with the pikes of Kneve. They had some good strategies. We'll see if they work out. Kneve has a lot of pikes going to the center of Metafrost's base, and with those cinches and the Surdukes, we'll have to see how that works out. I don't think it's going to work out too good. Lexus is coming back to help. Metafrost is scrambling to save some peasants over to Lexus's base. Wow, that was pretty well executed. Kneve has an art depot. He produced a multi-barrel, and some cannons. Fulkrum is producing some cannons. So is Lexus. Lexus is on his way to see if he could stop the bleeding from Metafrost's base. Lexus is coming to see if they can retake back Metafrost's base. Now it looks like it's going to be Lexus versus Kneve over in Metafrost's base, so we're going to see who wins that. Metafrost was able to keep some of his buildings. Lexus is regrouping. It's going to be a big battle to see who wins that one. And Lexus did. Lexus looks like he's 5-5. And Knee's 4-4, so that was a big decisive advantage. Metafrost is producing some Surdukes again. Kneve was streaming some of his men in, but decided to retreat. They pretty much blew up all of Metafrost's base, so Now Fulkrum's coming back and attacking Lexus. Not sure Lexus is going to have enough men. Knenv is running out of resources. Lexus has plenty of resources, but not a lot of men. I think this game might be GG pretty soon. Like, Lexus quit. Yeah, I think Lexus is complaining that it was bugged, but I think he was complaining it was bugged, like he was lagging, but I'm not quite sure it was lagging. I think he was just complaining because of what happened in the first game, and I think he's just kind of sore that he lost because Fulkrum attacked him and basically, crushed his base. So now he's complaining that there was a lag, but he didn't say anything that there was a lag until after his whole base. Nobody complained that there was a lag the whole game until after Knenv and Fulkrum pretty much wiped out Metafrost and Lexus. I didn't see a lag and nobody said anything. So we'll have to check into that. I think Lexus was just complaining because he lost. Like he said he was doing in the lobby, that if he loses, he was going to say that there was a lag, so they would have to replay the game. So I think you just have to say, oh boy. All right. Okay, I saved it. Yeah, Lexus is going to debate it, but I don't think he's going to have much of anything to stand on. I think they won fair and square. I just think he was complaining because he thinks he won the first game that you had a restart, so he wants to restart every game that him and Metafrost are going to lose. So I think if you look at the replay, though, I didn't see anybody complaining of a delay or saying anything, and it didn't look like there was any lag in the game by watching people's troops move around. It truly looked like um, Fulkrum and Knenv, basically executed a better attack and strategy and defeated them. So that would be my take. I don't know how you can tell if there's really lag or not unless you're really playing. Like he said, he was complaining that Fulkrum didn't wait and didn't say anything. Well, he didn't say anything either until after the game was all over. Okay. Yep. So what are we gonna do? Play game 3? Oh crap. Well, that didn't take long. Hope that I saved the right one. Alright, I sent the replay to you. Yeah, see, he's still pissed that he thinks he won the first time. There's your buddy, GT Thorgal. Jesus Christ, who is that dude? He has a lot of balls coming into your lobby. Boy, he's persistent, isn't he? Wow. Whoa. A restart.